Good day, everyone. Welcome to Soft Sales Academy. Today, we are going to look at how to calculate the size of a given image based on or according to 24 bits, 16 bits, and then 8 bits. We are quickly going to start with the questions you are seeing on screen. Given an image measures 1000 by 500 pixels and it uses 24 bit per pixels for that's for color. So you are required to calculate the file size of that image to its nearest kilobyte. So first of all, what we are going to do, for us to be able to get the total number of pixels, we are going to multiply the width and the height. So this is the width, this is the height of a given pixels. Let's move to this. Looking at this, so we are going to have an image like this. Sorry, let's try to have the nearest rectangle. So, and here they say it is 1000 pixels. That's pixels. That's the width, and the height we have 500. So this is the number of pixels. That's a number of pixels by height is 1000 pixels. Number of pixels, sorry, per width is 1000 pixels. Then per height is 500 pixels. For you to get the total number of pixels, you will now multiply the total number of pixels at the width by the height. Thus, you are going to have 1000. Sorry, you are going to have 1000 pixels. Then you multiply this. It should be pixels. You multiply it by what? By 500 pixels, and that will give you almost a 1000 pixels. Looking at it here, we have 1000 multiplied by 500, so you are having 500 total number of pixels, which is equals to 500 as your total number of 500,000, please. So this is your total number of pixels you have at this particular image. So now do you remember 24 bit is equals to 3. We are going to use 3 bytes. This is a bit is equals to 3 bytes. So also we are going to multiply the total number of pixels we have in this particular imaging. That's 500. Our 500 pixels, we are going to multiply it by 3 bytes by 3, which also going to give us almost a 15 million. We multiply by 3 and we have 1500 bytes. We have 1,500,000. We have this bytes. So this is what we are having looking at the byte. So looking at the byte, this is what we are having now. We are having 4.500 bytes. So now this our image by looking at the byte is this, but the question is saying that we should what? We should calculate it to the nearest kilobyte. You remember, for us to have this in kilobyte, it means we need to what? To divide this 1.500 million byte into 1034. Thus we are going to have, or implies 1.500 then we divide it by what? By 1024. That's the unit of a byte of a kilobyte. 24 is the kilobyte. So looking at this, we are going to divide this by 1024 and you are left with 1.64.87 kilobytes. You are going to left with 464 point, this is our point 0.84 or 0.8 anyhow. So this is what, this is the kilobyte now. So this is how you calculate it. So let's look at this. Let's assume all this thing we have been doing, we are converting it into an image. Let's try to save this. We are going to save this very image now into our what? Into our bitmap. We are saving into what? Into bitmap picture. So we are going to give it size of image or size of image. So we are going to save this. But remember here we did not specify the pixel and everything. So in this scenario we are going to export this. Exporting this means we are coming back to this place and specify. Going by the question, it says what? 1000 by 500. So here is 1000, that's the width, by the height is 500. So we now okay this, we save it. So the location of this, it should be under download. That's where I save this. This is the file now. So looking at this, if we said we are going to right click and select on properties, but before doing this, looking at this, once we point on this very image, we can see it's having 1.42 megabyte, right? So it means if now, for instance, they ask you to further what? To further calculate your image into a megabyte, it means you are still going to divide this very 1 point this into 1024. So this is what you are going to have now, 1.43 as the what? In form of megabyte, please. In form of what? In form of megabyte. But what we are after now, we are after kilobyte. So looking at this now, this is the size, this is the what? The location of the file. This is the size, 1.42. In bytes, we are having almost 1.554 bytes. So now compare this, what we are having on this with this, you can see we are having almost the same scenario. What is happening now? Something happened. I think during the saving I wiped up something. So but if you follow our step, we are almost having 1.500 million. So going by the size on the disk, this is what you're having. That's the actual size on the disk is what? 1.500 what byte. So comparing this with the kilobyte or with the megabyte, you're almost having 1.43. And of course you can see from our calculator here is what? 1.43, but this is in a megabyte, whereas the calculations we have done so far is in what? Kilobyte. So please remember very well and go back and review your unit of measurement. It's very, very important. So thank you for being with us this moment. So this is what we are talking about. So you see now we are having almost 1 point this. So if we went further by dividing this now into 1024, we are going to have that, we are going to divide this again by 1024. So we are going to leave with 1.43. So and you can see that's what we are having on the calculator, 1.43 in terms of what? Of megabyte. So please be very careful with this type of scenario. A question might come to ask you to convert a certain or calculate a certain size of an image into megabyte, kilobyte, and byte. So thank you for being with us. Remain blessed.